Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike Langford. I'm a music producer, recording engineer, and mixer based out of Toronto, Canada. This is Let's Mix Live, where I live stream some mix sessions using Pro Tools from start to finish, sort of warts and all, just showing you some modern production techniques, modern mixing techniques. Lots of different ways to make your music sound great. I'm here to show you not what you should do, but what you could do. So let's get into it. A couple technical hiccups to deal with. Getting going today. Back to the song Blue by the group Ghostly Beard. I do believe they're from Montreal. I love it. I think this is one of the funnest songs I've had to work on. Reason being, the amount of effects that we can use, the amount of delays and reverbs, and just fun wiggle sauce we can throw on here. See, Patterson's here. How's it going, Patterson? Let's hop into Pro Tools here. Lovely dinner tonight. My wife. It's helping clean up. And then I get down here. Some technical issues. Speaking of technical issues, all I have done since last time, I just opened this up. You can see the date from Thursday. Again, try to do this show, or these sessions, basically. It's my show. I tried to do these sessions Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I was trying to do noon or 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. That's not going to work anymore, so it's likely 7 p.m. Mondays and Thursdays Eastern Standard Time. All I've done since opening back the session back up is brought in the 1 kilohertz test tone so I can make sure things are sounding good on my end. That being said, be mindful if you're using your speakers, you're using headphones, you're using your PA line array in your basement, you know who you are. So be mindful of levels if I'm EQing around or if I'm adjusting levels quickly. I don't want anything to happen to your gear or your ear. So without further ado, just going to check this test tone again in 3, 2, 1. Sounds fantastic and looks good on my end. So I'll go ahead and make those inactive as well. If you have any questions about some things I'm doing during these sessions, I made a note last time to get the widget, so when I'm hitting buttons, people can see the buttons, like they'll pop up on the screen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen before June. That's my goal. That's my deadline. So that's all I've done so far. I'm going to listen through. I'm gonna move over. Working on some other mixed stuff today. Mixed stuff in spreadsheets. If anyone wants to know what it's like working in the music industry, a lot of it's spreadsheets. When things are going well, you're in and out of spreadsheets a lot. So I'm going to make some notes and listen through from the top and make some notes to hear where we're kind of at with things. I think we might be able to finish this one up today. But again, I'm not going to put any expectations on it because that's not the right thing to do for mixes. You don't put your expectations on it unless you absolutely have to be done that day, because that's what the budget and the scope of the project is asking for. So from the top, we're just going to listen through. Again, this is the song Blue by Ghostly Beard, one of my favorite band/artist names of all time as of right now. So listening.
Scarlet dress and lavender hair, a coral carpet in LA, shades of green, a purple chair. She wants more colors everywhere, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You could say she floats around all day, living a fantasy world, bright as light and soft as a feather, embracing life like there's no other. Jokes running around. She wants more treasures to be found, dancing away from laughing all the way. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. Flat heel shoes made for dancing. Spotlight, sunlight, angel's wings. Hide and seek and skipping stones. She wants me singing on the phone. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You would find a writing secret place, acting a fantasy world. I'm wrapped around a little finger. Summer warming a cold winter. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart. I wonder how she's doing that. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. Little girl's blue.
Okay, so that was Blue by Ghostly Beard. It's where we left off with our mix. I made my new notes, not very many. Effects down on vocals. As much as I love them up there, I think they can come down a little bit. It's got to work on the two bust a little bit. There's a couple things to do there. More punch. It's pretty soft. It's pretty soft in the cans right now. So I'm going to do some rebalancing, which is the next one. I think I can rebalance everything a little bit better. There's a couple S's that get a little bit squashed. I'm not sure if it's the compression, not sure if it's the limiter on the maximum on them. There's something that's kind of making them a bit buzzy, and there's a outro effect thing I was thinking when we get there that I might be able to kind of fade this out a little bit. It might be kind of cool. Yeah, a little cool effect there, but there's not too much that's bugging me, although it may seem like rebalance everything and change your effects is a lot to do, but for where we're at right now, it's not too much. So I might hop out of the headphones here. Patterson's asking, what did you have for, basically asking what I had for winter, what I had for dinner over several messages there. We had medallion steaks. It's a very cost-effective way of getting beef into the diet. Get that iron. That was good. And you got your power cord. That's good. Good, Patterson, because you wouldn't want to be without your computer. It's horrible these days when your devices are no longer charged. So I'm going to hop out of the headphones for a bit. I'm just going to do some rebalancing and just kind of poke around a little bit. I need my speakers to do that because the headphones, there's trust, but not as much trust as the NS10. So be right back.
Scarlet dress and lavender hair. A coral carpet in LA. Embracing life like there's no other. Silly just running around. She wants more treasures to be found. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You will see her laughing away. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. Flat heel shoes made for dancing. Spotlight red angel's wings. Hide and seek and skipping stones. She wants me singing on the phone, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You would find her writing secret plays, acting a fantasy world. I'm wrapped around a little finger. Summer. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart. I wonder how she's doing that, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. Scarlet dress and lavender hair. A coral carpet in LA. Shades of green, a purple chair. She wants more colors everywhere, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You could say she floats around all day, living a fantasy world, bright as light. She wants more treasures to be found, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You will see her laughing all the way. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue.
Don's here asking this live. This is live. I'm just on the speakers. Be right back.
Scarlet dress and lavender hair. A coral carpet in LA. Shades of green, a purple chair. She wants more colors everywhere, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You could say she floats around all day. Scarlet dress and lavender hair. A coral carpet in LA. Shades of green, a purple chair. She wants more colors everywhere, dancing away through fantasy world, bright as light and soft as a feather, embracing life like there's no other. Silly jokes running around, she wants more treasures to be found. Dancing away from life and none of it really matters. You will see her laughing all the way. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. Flat heel shoes made for dancing. Spotlight, sunlight, angel's wings. Hide and seek and skipping stones. She wants me singing on the phone. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You would find her writing secret plays, acting a fantasy world. I'm wrapped around a little finger. Summer warming, a cold winter. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart. I wonder how she's doing that. Dancing away from life and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. She wants me singing on the phone. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You would find her writing secret plays, acting a fantasy world. I'm wrapped around a little finger. Summer warming, a cold winter. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart. I wonder how she's doing that. Dancing away from if and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue.
Okay.
My little girl's blue.
I'm liking how this is sitting now. There's still a little bit of level, I don't say level issues, but just like the way the dynamics in the vocal are. We can keep squashing this compression. It can fight the track a little bit. I don't mind here and there if the vocals fight the track. Usually I'm like, get the vocals above the track so you can hear every single word. But the delivery of this and the kind of like the vibe of the instrumentation and stuff, it can fight it a little bit. Let the dynamics kind of do their thing. That's not my easy out answer. That's just, I think it's working with the track. But the only thing that's bugging me a little bit is just the outro, the way the drums, because the dynamics naturally drop down a whole lot. So I feel like we kind of lose some of our pulse from the kicks. So there's things we can do. We can use clip gain to just kind of bring those up a little bit. Or we can just let it kind of do its thing and just kind of fade out a little bit. But one thing I know I want to do, it's the little outro bit here. I figured out the automation thing too, because I was working on a video for class. I need some automation to do. So Command 4 or Window, go to automation. All of those were deselected for some reason. And there's just things where you're like, but why? Why was that deselected? Why would I ever go do that? There's probably a hotkey somewhere or a parameters or preferences setting somewhere that like turn that thing off. But anyways, I found it in case you're wondering. So on Macs, Command 4 brings up your automation window. And if you don't have your number pad, go to Window, go to Automation, and make sure those are all selected. If not, you look like a fool on a live stream when you're trying to automate something and then you put automation in and nothing happens. So this outro bit here, this vocal here, what I kind of wanted to do here, so we're going to do two things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this track. And there's a bunch of different ways to do this, but we're going to do it my way because it's my show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this track. I'm going to keep the inserts, I'm going to keep the sends, but we're going to rename this outro. If I could type, I'm going to rename that outro. So what we're going to do here is grab these outro vocals, and we're going to copy that, paste that down, and we're going to mute that one. So we're going to leave all this stuff the same. That I've been 14. I'm trying to make these both the same. But what we're going to do here, I'm going to fade this out. So I'm going to put a little node there because we're still on the volume setting here. And I'm going to put a little node over there. And I'm just going to start fading this out a little bit. But what I want to do is I'm going to put another reverb send here. So I have two reverb sends on here. There's a method to the madness. I'm going to put this on pre-fader. Right now, what we do with this fader affects what's going on with these buses here. But if I put this other bus 11 here, which is our reverb, because I don't name my buses, if you put that on pre-fader and put that all the way to the top, now it's independent. So what I want to do I want to fade this out, fade the lead vocal out, like the dry one, and I want to fade this one in a little bit. So that's kind of the setting where I think it sounds good to me. I'm going to go down to bus 11, our second one there. I'm going to go to level. I'm going to put in, smashing the keyboard. I'm going to put in a couple nodes here, because I know this is where I want it to end, this level. So what I'm going to do is just fade this in. So that fader is going to be moving up, and the other one's going to be moving. So I'm going to actually go all the way to the bottom here. Let's just see what happens. So it's our lead vocal. That's going to start going down, and then this is going to start going up. So it's subtle. Subtle what's going on here. So I want to actually bring the reverb up a bit more. More just bring this up a little bit more and then go back to where our actual vocal level is. Because we're fading out there. And it looks pretty good. Listen again. There we go. One more time for people in the back.
Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's
Okay, I can buy that. Okay, so last little bits here of the outro. Just gonna listen. Just wanna put a fade on the actual master fader here. Because there's effects. Now our guitars stop here. So what I want to do is go just before our guitars stop. And we can make sure we're faded out by then. Else we're gonna not have the results that we desire. Listening. I can buy that. Sometimes we can do our fade out on our actual tracks, but 99% of the time I do recommend doing a fade out on the master fader. So if you have any delays, any reverbs, any of that kind of wiggle sauce stuff that's kind of there, you're not going to be missing it. You know, it's not going to get clipped at the end because we have a fade out on everything. So that's just a little hot tip there. Things that I think people should. Well, I guess they're not should. Things that people could do. So, on my list here too, there's a thing about. I don't even have. No, I do have a D. No, I do have a DS on it. There's an S thing somewhere around bar 122 on my computer.
summer warming, a cold winter. A ray shine heart. How she's doing that.
It's funny when you go to do something and then you instantly get sidetracked and do something else.
Summer warming, a cold winter. A cold winter. Cold wind.
That C on cold, I know when I'd get this back for mastering, I would probably...
Cold wind. Cold.
I'd probably bring that down a little bit, or what I would do is go up to Audio Suite, and then there's some things that just, they're too hard to try to fix without the proper tools, but just the Isotope RX8, I don't know what number they're on now, but their declick thing's pretty good. Usually works pretty well. See it move it a little bit here, just what it does to the waveform. That little click that's in there. I'll enlarge this, people can see. It's probably, yeah, this little spot in here. So when we use declick on it, it just kind of smooths out some of those edges. But I find that's a quick way of
Cold wind, a cold winter.
subtle.
A cold winter, a cold wind, a cold winter. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart. I wonder how she's doing that. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's
Still something in the low end of the bass here.
and none of it really matters. You could hear
That's better.
her singing every day. Me, I
Because that kick drum's so boofy and it's taking the subs, so I want, like, the frequencies are there. So it's want that bass, that upright bass to still be full, but without being clickety-clackety, which I now have that song stuck in my head again. So I want to get the percussive element of that upright bass and still get the body from it, but not have the low end of that low end to be fighting with what the kick drum's doing. Because there's a lot of subs coming to the kick drum.
a cold winter.
And tone. There's lots of tone in the drums. Why want them to be loud?
A cold winter. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart.
I'm not hearing that S again that was bugging me.
I wonder how she's doing that. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue.
That's the outro.
My little girl's blue. My little
And go from the top again outside the headphones. Just gonna listen. Like, I'm not finding too much. I'm gonna listen closely more for some of those S's that were jumping out at me on the first listen. Be right back.
scarlet dress and lavender hair. A coral carpet in LA. Shades of green, a purple chair. She wants more colors everywhere. Dancing away through life and none of it really matters. You could say she floats around all day, living a fantasy world. Bright as light and soft as a feather, embracing life like there's no other. jokes running around. She wants more treasures to be found, dancing away from life, and none of it really matters. You will see her laughing away. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. Flat heel shoes made for dancing. Spotlight, sunlight, angel's wings. Hide and seek and skipping stones. She wants me singing on the phone, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You would find her writing secret plays, acting a fantasy world. I'm wrapped around a little finger. Summer warming, a cold winter. A ray of sunshine, my melted heart. I wonder how she's doing that, dancing away through life, and none of it really matters. You could hear her singing every day. Me, I see her in blue. My little girl's blue. My little girl's blue. My
Just wanted to fuss with that fade out a little more. There we go. I buy that. I buy that fade out. Feels like big league fade out there. There's not much more I would probably do on this one. Again, if I was sending this out to the band or the artist, I'd kind of get it to where I feel like it's 90% so that there's space for them to have opinions. Because people love having opinions on things. So Don's saying 51 goals. Are you talking about who I think you're talking about? I see the box score here that's Leafs 1 and Tampa Bay 1. Was it another empty net goal? Not downplaying how hard it is to, or imagine how hard it is to score in the National Hockey League. But just saying, somebody's had a few empty net goals at the end of games. They've been giving him the puck, and he's been on the ice when the other team's goalie's been out of the net. He's patted a couple of those, but I'm not knocking him because he's scored a lot of goals. So that's awesome to hear. And thanks for the update. Yeah, there's not much more I would do on this because I feel good overall with the levels, and even spending an hour on this today. It's one of those things where you show up tomorrow and listen again, fresh ears if you can, or come back in like a half an hour and kind of pick away at it if there's anything else that's jumping out. But my notes weren't that big today. The stuff in the vocals, those S's things, like it's either jumping out at me or it's not. And it's not jumping out at me again. So that could be like a tomorrow thing. If I was doing this, like for realsies, that would be a tomorrow thing. Or my favorite, when you get something back from mastering and then it's like super clear as day jumping out at you. So yeah, not much more I think I would do on this one. So I might just leave this here and and not just pad this episode to be crazy long. That being said too, these sessions, I forgot to mention in the beginning, these sessions, there's a website called Cambridge Music Technology. It's a fantastic resource for new and experienced mix engineers, especially if you're curious about different genres of music. There's some chat about genres in the chat today. So they have everything in there from folk music all the way up to very intense metal music. So if you're curious about mixing some stuff outside of your genre, or your usual genre, because some of us get pigeonholed into certain things we do. I've done kids music, I've done metal, so they're both kind of there. But again, fantastic resource for mixing, but also a fantastic resource if you're an engineer as well, because being able to look at the tracking and see what's going on. When I started out, you've heard a whole bunch of times by now if you've been following me, I only had access to the things that I recorded. So being able to have access to some other sessions and see what they're doing. And again, the drum sounds on this, the upright bass sound, like the quality of those sources is fantastic. And I love the tuning of the drums. I am assuming they are played. I'm assuming it's not virtual instrument, although we can all be fooled these days. The tone of the drums have notes. That kick drum has a note. Usually kick drum just sounds like boof or pop or something like that, but the kick drum with this actually has a tone. So it's fun working with it. I was trying to get that stuff nice and loud and proud out in front of the mix the best I could. Remember to back up your songs. Showing you a bunch of times how to do that. Remember to back your stuff up. It's important. I'm going to just go ahead and do that. So backing your stuff up. Again, Shift U, Shift Command, sorry. Yeah, Shift Command U, Shift Command B, get rid of any unused regions. Get rid of those. Save copy in. See where we are here. On our temp backup drive. I'll just save it here for now so we can see it. But usually just say, actually, let's go ahead and make it. Save to different drive. Don't do what I'm doing right now. This is, so we'll just call this backups. Or master backup. I usually just mark it with BU so we can see it. But yeah, no, short and hopefully sweet session tonight. Looking at this song and just kind of getting it to a position where it's sounding pretty good. Again, don't spend more time than you have to on certain things. If it's sounding good, just go with it. I didn't think tonight's episode would be that long. I figured it'd be an hour and a half sort of thing. But again, sometimes you sit down and it's going to take 20 minutes and then 2 hours later, and sometimes it's going to take, it's going to take 3 hours and 45 minutes later. You're kind of where you needed to be. So moving along, been doing about 2 to 4 episodes per song right now. We tuned vocals on this. So I can see that. Yeah, we tuned vocals on this. There wasn't that much, but there was a lot of space around the instrumentation. So that to me is where the challenge was, is making sure we could hear what was going on. There's a lot of dynamics with the guitars as well. So just kind of figuring that stuff out. Don says, another great job. Thank you very much. I'm having fun with this stuff. So I think that's first and foremost one of the most important things, because when you're working on music you don't like, or when you're working under, say, like unreasonable time requirements, like that's another thing too. Like it's nice being able to kind of pick away at this, even though we probably only spent maybe 6 hours on it. It's nice being able to kind of pick away at it over a couple days, a couple sessions, because I can kind of think about it when I'm not working on it too. So Patterson says, Mike playing the NHL. I don't know about that. I think 27 is pretty old to get drafted. I know Mike Bunting. I think he's in at 25. He's kind of made his way into the NHL now. I'm one of the best lines in the NHL too, by the way. But I think I'm. They're not getting as many looks for the NHL. Also, I definitely would need more than a conditioning stint. We picked up another apple pie from Costco yesterday. Bit of a weakness around here right now. The pie just falls into the cart. So, yeah, no, I'll stop the padding here. Just kind of hanging out for a bit. I'll have another song for Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Starting another new song. And we'll see what we get. Could be metal. It could be not metal. It could be country. It could not be country. It could be retro pop. Had a blast with that one. That one was pretty fun. Last tune we're working on. Saturn Syndicate. But yeah, no, I have a short list now of like 10 songs. So I keep kind of going through and looking at stuff. Patterson really wants to see some new metal on the program, but we'll see. We'll see what's there. That being said, if you're into metal, Nail the Mix. That site program course, there's some amazing stuff on there. I get served all the ads all the time on Facebook, and it's pretty awesome just seeing some of the stuff they're talking about. But again, I think it's important for if mixers, if you're curious to see how things got done or their thought process or their workflow, being able to look over someone's shoulder, I think, is really important. I was lucky enough, I had people I could look over their shoulder when I was starting out and just kind of see, as they put it, how to turn music into food, sort of thing. So that's one of the things I'm trying to bring with this channel as well, is just people can kind of see over someone's shoulder. You may not agree with everything they are doing or everything that I'm doing, but it's important to kind of see some other workflows, because sometimes you're doing something and you see someone else do something, you're like, oh, that's a way better way, or a different way of doing something, or a silly or stupid way of doing something, and you might be able to help them, because that's important as well. Takes a village to get music done. All right, well, it's a good place to leave off, I think. So thanks again for joining tonight. Thanks again for watching the replay. Remember, like and subscribe to help support the channel. Once again, my name is Mike Langford, a music producer, recording engineer, and mixer based in Toronto, Canada. This has been Let's Mix Live, where I live stream some mix sessions start to finish, showing you some modern production techniques and mixing techniques. And again, lots of different ways to make your music sound great. I'm not here to show you what you should do, with an asterisk, but I'm here to show you what you could do. All right, that's my time. Talk to you later. Be safe, everybody.